The following is brought to you by Total Seal Piston Rings, the leader in ring seal technology. TotalSeal.com. Hello and welcome to a special Hidden Horsepower as we get ready for the Dodge Power Brokers NHRA US Nationals. My name is Joe Castello, and this is your Hidden Horsepower Total Seal preview. Some big things happening out there at Indy. We want to loop everybody in. If you're a podcast listener, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're checking out the show for the very first time, you're planning on going to the biggest, most significant drag race in the world, there's some great Total Seal things that are going to be happening. Plus, Matt Hartford, the CEO of Total Seal, is going to be racing with maybe his best shot to win ever, and he joins us now. What's up, Hartford?
Man, Joe, we're here at the Total Seal headquarters, Phoenix, Arizona, and we're working hard trying to get a lot of piston rings out. We got a lot of customers who want to get ready for Indy, and they're still putting their stuff together. So it's a real busy week for us.
All right. So for me, this is really about promoting the tech talks to our audience. We got a great Hidden Horsepower audience, had some cool episodes this year, more to come, but you just scratched the surface on something that made me think. Not only are you worrying about yourself going out there and running in the Camping World Series Pro Stock Eliminator, but there are so many racers that bring out something special for this one race. They build something special for this one race, and you guys are a part of that.
Yeah, Indy's the big go. It's everybody wants to win Indy. I've got one final round appearance in Indy, so it really hits home that I would like to clinch a win there. But I'm telling you, you're going to have close to 1,000 cars on the property, and a multitude of classes from from stock eliminator all the way up through top fuel. Everybody wants to win Indy. If you win Indy and you put that on your record, you've done something. Not that winning any race isn't great, but Indy just has that special appeal. And I remember going to Indy back in the mid '80s and sitting in the stands watching all the fuel cars and the pro stock cars, and you just dream about Indy. And now we have a chance to go there and win. So it's exciting to anybody who's entered.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I started going a few years back when I got the job with the National Hot Rod Association. I had always heard, and it makes sense, and the analogies, the Indy 500, the Daytona 500, the Super Bowl, and it is very similar to that, except way more cars than any of those. You mentioned stock eliminator, super comp eliminator, pro stock. Like if you're a drag racer, there's a category of personal importance, and I would imagine Total Seal has got rings in all of them.
Yeah, it's my phone has been just blowing up with people like, hey, help me out. I put an order in yesterday. I need to get that stuff out today. It's amazing how the drag race mentality is. It's like, it doesn't matter. They're gonna work on their stuff up until the night they have to leave, and everybody's looking for that performance advantage. Because one thing's for sure, when you roll around that corner and you roll underneath the bridge and you pull into the water box at Indy, it's game on, and everybody there is ready to take you out and send you home early.
So we've got a couple of Total Seal trackside tech talks going on in your pit area Friday and Saturday. The audience is invited. Everybody is invited. You have to buy a ticket to the big go, obviously. But I'm feeling like the majority of our people there might be Lucas Oil Series racers in the said categories that we were just talking about. And it's working out this year. Years past, there were some conflicts in that cars were on track. On Friday, at very least, top alcohol qualifying is happening. So if you're in stock or super stock or comp, you're going to be able to come down and spend time at the Tech Talk.
Yeah, these Tech Talks are just incredible. And on purpose this year, we kind of went through the late spring through the middle of summer, and we haven't had a lot of Tech Talks. Whereas last year we had them kind of all through the summer. As we had a bunch of them kind of stacked up back to back to back. Well, we figured, okay, a lot of people have came, a lot of people have listened to what we had to say. But for 2023, let's do a couple in the beginning of the year, which we did. And then once we get to Indy and through the countdown, let's have several more, and let's attract some people who maybe haven't heard it from last year, or we have a lot of new information, between Lake Speed and Keith Jones and the guys from Rottler, what they've learned over the last, 12 months, even the last 3 months about coating technologies and cylinder finish and ring seal, lubrication across the board. it's been, I think we have a lot of really good information to talk about. There's a lot of new information. Hell, Lake was talking to me about some coding technology on a text last night that I wasn't even aware of yet. So, when those brainiacs show up at our Tech Talk, anybody who comes and sits down and listens, you're going to learn something, and it's a lot of new information.
Yeah, that's what's been amazing, watching them evolve. And people who are Hidden Horsepower listeners or watch the YouTube stuff, some of the live shows we do, know that Lake always asks me to play the Greg Anderson clip, which was Greg, I think at Indy, one of our first Tech Talks, was an interested observer, and it got the gears turning, and he applied some of it, but it's always a moving target. And that's my point. Not any one of these Tech Talks is exactly the same because something new has been discovered or found since the previous.
Well, here's one thing for sure. Greg was leaning across my car, kind of limiting me from working on it that day. I was like, Greg, get out of the way. We have stuff to do here. But he was, the first Tech Talk that he was at, he kind of listened to it from in his trailer. He heard it and he seen the crowd. And he's like, I wonder if I should go listen to that. So at Indy, he came over and he listened to the entire Tech Talk. And a guy like Greg Anderson is one of the hardest working guys out there, especially in pro stock, if not any of the classes. And he said to me afterwards, he says, man, I think I learned some stuff. Well, lo and behold, it wasn't too long after that, he purchased a new Rottler machine. He put a new Rottler hone on his floor. All the Rottler guys went there, worked with him. And I'm a customer of KB Titan Racing. Guess what? The vacuum in my engine went up after he got done listening to the Hidden Horsepower, listening to the Tech Talk, putting different equipment on his floor, changing the hone on the block. I seen a performance advantage in what we were racing as a lease customer from him. So to say that you can't learn something from this, here's a guy who's devoted his entire life to pro stock. The engine's got better.
That's incredible. And that's the whole point of it. And it's an information sharing deal. So here's the deal, guys. 12:30 p.m. in Indy, Friday and Saturday. It comes with the price of your ticket. There's no extra admission. There's no hard sell. You can come, you can watch, you can leave. But it's a fun experience and you'll learn a lot. Lake Speed, Keith Jones, Ed Kiebler from Rottler. We've got an all-star team that are going to be there. And I told Matt before we got started that we're going to work really hard to keep it under 1 hour. Like that is, I think it is. I'm going to give them a pep talk.
Have you met Keith Jones? Have you met Lake Speed? Have you met Derek and Ed from Rottler? It's not happening.
They'll be available for questions afterwards. But the thing is that they go down these rabbit holes, and this is the only place you're going to get that information. That's the deal. You're going to get this information. People walk up afterwards, they ask questions, and then, maybe set up phone calls after the fact. All right. So that's what we're doing here today, promoting the Tech Talk. But since, we've got you here, we might as well talk. Like I bring up the NHRA Pro Stock standings, and I find Matt Hartford's name in second place, albeit a very distant second to Dallas Glenn. But aren't you excited about the countdown? That giant lead that he possesses is going away. All of it for the most part. I know you're worried about winning Indy, but just summarize your season to this point.
We've had a fantastic season. Have we had some missteps along the way? Absolutely. Have we made some decisions along the way that weren't correct? Absolutely. Have I driven like crap at a couple times? Absolutely. But right now the scorecard says that Dallas Glenn is the only person out there who's been better than us throughout the entire, if you average it for the entire season. To go into Indy second place in points, our goal is to win rounds. We want to win 4 of them at Indy. We want to win Indy. But I can tell you this, we want to win rounds every time we go up there. We're focused on going there to Indy. We're focused on qualifying at the top of the page. We were close last weekend in Brainerd. I had a little misstep in my driving in the second round. Move past that. That's gone. I know I can drive the car. I know we got great power. I know we have a great team. We're focused on going 4 rounds at Indy, win, lose, or draw. We want to go to that Christmas tree 4 times. We want to come out of Indy second in the points when the points reset because we can't get the first. And then guess what? We got 6 races to go wear a white hat after Pomona. That is our goal. Nothing else matters but winning the championship right now.
Yeah, that's exciting to hear. I am a little disappointed though that last week is gone and we've moved on already, because I did have a question or two about your staging duel with Aaron Stanfield.
He didn't go in, and I figured he was going right in. He normally goes right in, so I was kind of waiting on him. And then once it started ticking down for a little while, I'm like, well, hell, he's not going in. Well, I'm not going to go in. And then I finally just said, okay, enough's enough, and I went in. Needless to say, look, Aaron and I have battled back and forth on a lot of occasions. He's got me when he shouldn't have, and I've got him when I shouldn't have. And I don't know what the box score is, but I don't think it's very lopsided. I think it's fairly even. Aaron's one of the young guns in the class. He is a phenomenal driver. He's a great family. The whole Stanfields, and they got a good team. Losing to him sucked. I mean, that's just, it sucked because we went 55-6, I think, or 55-8. Went low for the round. Over 209 miles an hour. It's a dagger that we lost that round. But guess what? You look, to say that Greg Anderson isn't a good racer. Greg Anderson lost that round too, also by 5 thou. You look at people who lost, you look in Funny Car and Top Fuel, look at some of the names that lost first round. Anybody that thinks this is easy, come on, bring a car, come jump in, come get in the driver's seat. Who's not championship caliber out there in any of these 3 professional classes? You're racing the best of the best in the world. You're never going to be 100% every day. We weren't at 100%, obviously, because we lost second round. We're going to Indy. We're focused. We're going there to win.
The lesson, though, I don't know. I think I always try to find the silver lining in everything, right? Like learning that like a valuable gravity moment. Like, oh, yeah, big picture. Don't get distracted with little things.
Nope.
Stay focused. I don't know. Sometimes those can be good right before things are about to get serious.
Yeah, it's an eye opener. Pat Galvin from Getrix, he called me afterwards, and he wanted to make sure that I didn't have any sharp objects. That's how he started the call. Do you have any sharp objects around you? And I'm like, no, we've already gotten rid of all those. But his bring me back to earth conversation was great. He's like, Matt, worry about you. Focus on you. Don't worry about the distractions in the other lane. You shouldn't even really know who's in the other lane. Just go up there and race your deal. It's a qualifying run every time. And he's right. Did I get distracted? Yes, I did. I made a mistake. And to go 50 something on the tree in pro stock is not great these days. But at the end of the day, I've been on the other side of the coin to where I've been 0-0 in those situations. It's just moment in time. You got to move past it. I'm not going to dwell on it. We're going to Indy. We're going to Indy to start winning rounds.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's good to spend a little time just clearing the air. And for those that don't know, Pat Galvin has won the U.S. Nationals, a win that you might have heard of when Tom the Mongoose McEwen beat Don the Snake Prudhomme, and it went and became the movie Snake and Mongoose and all of that. Pat Galvin was the guy going crazy on the starting line and got the job done. And now, of course, he is the, motorsports manager for Getrix and does a lot of things out there. Has been very helpful to me as well. And way to go, Pat, giving Matt a little pep talk before the big go. Did you see that Ron Capps is going to run a Don the Snake Prudhomme throwback paint scheme?
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I mean, that's just once again, that's just another great team out there, and a lot of good people on that team. And look, Ron will tell you, he's lost first round and he's won the biggest and best trophies that you can win. We're all going there for the same reason. And like I said, look down the entry list on any of these categories. Who can't win? Every single person on that list can win this race, but you better be focused. You better come there with your head screwed on straight, and you better be ready to deal with the pressure, because Indy is a pressure cooker.
A pressure cooker and a marathon. A couple other cool things happening as a former competition eliminator racer. There's nothing bigger than winning comp at Indy, but there is this roof tech challenge that Roger Brogdon has put together for those who follow comp. And I know many of our listeners do. Roger Brogdon is like reaching into his pocket and single-handedly trying to save and reinvigorate comp. And it's working. There's a lot of people, a lot of fast cars. I would imagine as Total Seal, you guys are working with competition eliminator racers all the time.
Yeah, we love comp. I mean, comp is just a passion for us here at Total Seal. I mean, it is comp is as hard of class as there is out there. Not only to decide what you're going to build, but then figure out what class you're going to put it in, and then racing it and not taking an index and personal indexes. And should I give up this? Should I give it up so I can save my index? There's a lot of mental thought that goes into how you race comp, and like you said, going back many years ago, Brian Bell Housings, he put together that whole comp program for Indy and to help get the entry fees. And they still do that. And there's some stuff in Division 6 that, we support as well. Same thing, that they help with the entry fees. Roger Brogdon, who is diehard comp racer as anybody, he's put forth all this extra money and he dipped into his own pocket. Anybody that doesn't know Roger, I encourage you, if you're at Indy, go find him in the comp pits, walk up and thank him, because he certainly did not have to do this. He's doing it because he loves comp and he just loves the sport. And there's not very many people who are willing to put their own money on the line like he has.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Plus, we got the Dodge Hemi Challenge. We got Factory Stock Showdown. These are all performance-based classes that in many cases, like people who are listening who are not diehard drag racers, I know we got a lot of round track, dirt track engine builders that maybe don't follow NHRA drag racing. They wonder, Dodge Hemi Challenge, what the heck is that, right? But that is a cutting edge category with old platform Hemis that they build them for this one race this year. I mean, you can run them in comp, but these are one-off creations.
Yeah, these are not cheap cars to run or build. I mean, the Hemi Challenge cars, we're involved in a multitude of those cars, and there is for what they are and as fast as they run, it's amazing what these engine builders have been able to get out of these old school Hemis, and it's fun to watch. That's one class I like to go up to the starting line and watch. They're fun to watch leave. It's old school wheels in the air, and they go down through their banging gears. That's a class that's just neat. Now, don't forget too, you got the new Factory X cars also, I believe, debuting at Indy.
Yes, four of
them coming. And I've seen the one car go down the track. I haven't seen the other three, but I do know, Stanfield's going to be there, and I believe Holbrook.
Yes.
AJ is going to be there, I think, in the
car. Yes.
Yeah, and then there's a fourth car. I think it's Jim Cowan from out here in Phoenix. I believe he's got the fourth car, and I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, just slap me.
Yeah, no big deal.
But I think it's, that's going to be cool. It's going to be kind of the predecessor to what we see next year as a full-time class. I think there's a lot of work left to do in that class, and I think that's what NHRA is trying to do, is vet kind of what next season needs to look like and kind of get everything refined. So when they come out with a full class next year, as far as a points battle, they're ready to go. So looking forward to seeing it. I think there's a lot of work to go, but they're pretty cool to watch.
They are. And I'm excited also about Factory X. Everybody is. And I just think about your situation, having to deal with all these racers, engine builders, and their own unique ideas about what they want to do with Ring Seal. It's not the same for everybody, which is amazing and mind-blowing how you guys keep track of it all.
No, an 1,800 horsepower forced induction small block is definitely different than a 500 cubic inch NA, DRCE pro stock engine versus, let's just say hypothetically what's in a turbocharged 6-cylinder to, a screw blown or a pro charged pro mod car versus a nitrous car. Every engine takes a different cylinder finish, different ring package, different lubrication needs. So we work with that. And that's what our tech talks are really geared towards, is really helping the end user or the engine builder, which is then going to the end user, make sure that they have the right products in there. Granted, they got to have the right cam, cylinder head, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't have Ring Seal, nothing else matters. I don't care how good your heads flow. If you can't pull that air in there, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And that's what I've learned over the years doing hidden horsepower. Matt, good luck. Of course, we'll see you there. Again, everybody, 12:30, same time each day, Friday, Saturday. Matt's Pit, the Total Seal Trackside Tech Talk, and Keith Jones, Lake Speed, Ed Kiebler from Rottler, right in the pit, right as you guys are getting ready, by the way. I think you're running at 2:15 or something on Friday, so there's going to be a lot of preliminary work going on.
On Saturday, we run at that, and on Friday, it's going to be Friday night.
There you go.
Run.
So,
So
yeah,
it's like
one session Friday, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, race on Monday. Old school Indy is back, and it is going to be great. Hopefully, everybody, remember, it is free with the price of your ticket, and you don't have to be an engine builder to come in. You could just be an interested observer and then go tell your engine guy what you learned. Any final thoughts for the audience out there, Matt?
I do. Every race I go to, and I'm telling you, it's every race multiple times and typically multiple times every day, I hear, oh my God, I love those segments that you guys do with Joe Castello, whether it's him changing a valve spring, whether it's him building a transmission or talking about the clutch or mounting wheels. We love that. When are you going to do more? You know when we're going to do more? We're doing more at Indy.
Oh,
so
okay.
You have work to do at Indy. So grab Nikki with a camera and get your butt over there. We're putting you to work, and it's going to be something that doesn't just apply to pro stock. It applies to every single class out there. And so whether you run a bracket car or whether you run stock eliminator or top fuel, what we're going to talk about applies to every car in drag racing, and especially in pro stock, to where we're winning and losing or missing qualifying number one by 1 thou. What we're going to talk about can find you that 1 thou.
A very well executed broadcast media tease by Matt Hartford. It doesn't tell us what it is, but it's going to be something. We're going to learn. It's going to be great. Listen, as long as I don't have to mount tires ever again, I am excited. And what happened to me on that one, getting conned by your brother? Yeah, let's do a trial run first, just to make sure you know what you're doing. Sounded so reasonable until I got halfway through it. And this guy's just getting me to mount an additional tire because he hates doing it. And everybody
don't buy into his BS. I'm telling you, he will get you off on some tangent, and before you know it, you're already stuck.
Yeah, lesson learned. Adam, it's okay. You got me once. You won't get me twice. But by the way, I liked helping out, and it was great. And I got a lot of positive feedback on that one as well. Matt, thank you very much. Good luck in Indy. We'll see you there.
Thanks, Joe.
There he goes. Matt Hartford with us here, Hidden Horsepower. He's the CEO. He's the racer, drives the pro stock car, and he makes all this possible. And super excited about that. And yes, even mounting the tires. All right, guys, here's some business. Friday, Saturday, U.S. Nationals. Total Seal Trackside Tech Talks, 12:30 each day in Hartford's pit. Comes with the price of your ticket. If you don't know that by now, I don't know what to say to you, because we've rammed it down your throat multiple times with the information. But now we ask you to subscribe, write a review, all the different podcast work, because we've got some really great ones up in the archive as we speak. And we've got more to come as the season heats up. We start ramping up those great episodes, including some great stuff from PRI, which will be coming very soon as well. All right, guys, that's going to do it for Hidden Horsepower, the U.S. Nationals preview. Thank you, guys.